So, you've defined the role you want to hire into, outlined the profile of the candidate that you think will be the best fit, and posted an announcement on LinkedIn and job boards. Well, now it's time to sit back and watch the brilliant candidates roll in, right? Well, if you've actually done this recently, you might know that the reality is different. You'll get applications for sure. The job market's tight right now, and there are plenty of people looking for jobs. Most of them will be unsuitable though, and filtering through to the ones that fit the bill is laborious and time consuming. And you probably get a sense that the very best people aren't necessarily flocking to your inbox. You might have one or two promising leads, but are you attracting exactly the people that you need? And to hire the right people in any market, it's crucial to figure out how you're going to entice them to explore an opportunity with you. Your task, once you've decided what you're looking for, is to craft a proposition that speaks to the people you want to hire, whether they're looking for a new job or not. And that means understanding what they really want from an employer. Now, everybody's different, and therein lies the challenge, but there are common factors that drive people's decision-making around job changes that you can use to your advantage if you figure out what they are. Well, the good news is that we've done it for you. Now, every year at Singular, we review all of the interviews we've conducted over the previous 12 months to identify the most up-to-date drivers of career moves in the sector. And this amounts to several thousand interviews with people at a whole range of different career levels, from senior scientist to CEO, all of whom are biotech specialists. Consistently, we've found that the number one reason people move jobs in this sector is career progression. And clarity is key here. It's not always the case that biotech professionals don't see opportunity in their current role, in a general sense at least. The key nuance is that their progression opportunities are typically poorly defined, and so they're unsure what they need to do to take that next step. So if you're speaking to people who are senior scientists about a principal scientist position, for example, then your job's an easy one. But if you want people to make a lateral move, which is more common, then you'll need to show them how they're going to move their career forward with you. Now, that's not about having a long-term plan that maps out the next 20 years, but at the very least, you must be able to illustrate how they can take the next step. And second on the list of key drivers in our research is learning and development. The biotech industry is populated by people who've spent at least a quarter of a century in academic settings, and sometimes more than that. These are people who like to learn. When they start to feel stagnant and that their knowledge isn't developing, they tend to disengage, and eventually they'll look for something new. So as part of your proposition then, think about what potential hires will learn while they're with you in the role that you're hiring for. That could be new science or technology, but it could just as easily be other skills like project management, people leadership, or business development. How will you help people grow during their time with you? Thirdly, given the uncertainty in the biotech sector and the world at large right now, stability and strong leadership are becoming increasingly important to candidates. We've seen layoffs either directly or indirectly affect most people in the market, and plenty of companies are struggling to raise money. As a result of these things, people are looking for safety and security in the form of solid runways, mature operating environments, and experienced leaders who they can put their faith in. And it can be difficult to demonstrate these things in an early stage biotech. I completely understand that. So they may not be factors that you can appeal to, but if you can, you should absolutely make them part of your proposition too. And bearing these key drivers in mind, the overall question you should be asking yourself before you go to market with any role is, how will working with your company in this role improve someone's career or even their life? Why would they be better off leaving what they're doing and joining you from their perspective? Only once you can answer that question convincingly are you ready to start hiring. And there are 6 key areas to consider when you're answering that question and crafting your proposition. And different candidates will give them different weight. So try to identify what's great about your opportunity in terms of the company, including the specifics of the research that you're doing, in terms of the role itself, the potential for career progression, professional development, or financial potential, the logistics of working for you, for example, in terms of flexibility or location, the compensation package, and the environment and culture. Now, if you can build a set of selling points around each of these 6 areas, you'll be able to appeal to almost any candidate's unique blend of drivers to attract and engage the right people for your team.